Sup nerds, it's James here. The Superman movie has come out to rave reviews. Check out ours on our website, wink wink. And any unnecessarily negative sentiment surrounding it is exactly the kind of piss-poor negativity the movie was making commentary on. Which is quite brilliant, frankly, as the movie had a scene where Luthor had a bunch of monkey bots shitting on Superman. Which is exactly what happened on the internet. If I had an infinite number of primates typing on an infinite number of computers, eventually they'd write more incoherent nonsense than the hate comments online. But this all does bring to light a larger theme in the Superman mythos, what it means to be Superman. So many people are fighting over who played Superman best, or claiming that this new film doesn't reflect who Superman is as a character, to which I say, holy shit, how'd you completely misunderstand one of the most simple characters ever created? Superman is first and foremost a human icon. Not an American icon, but a figure to represent the whole world over. This is reflected in the change from the American way to a better tomorrow in his catchphrase. It's been blown out of proportion by a thoughtless propaganda machine wearing a Spirit Halloween news website costume, but the change has great significance. But to be clear, it is not the bullshit nonsense this news site is word vomiting. Superman began as an American icon, a fictional proponent of the ideals of the American dream. He, by way of his parents, left a dying home in search of a better one. He landed on the Kent's farm, two older folks with no children, who, instead of ignoring or abandoning him, graciously took him in and raised him. They taught him lessons like kindness and acceptance. When he grew old enough, he then headed to the big city, taking on the Superman moniker and fighting for the people of Metropolis. But after a dozen team-ups and saving the world and the universe and whatever the hell else comic writers could come up with while they were coked out of their minds, Superman changed. If you go anywhere outside the US and show someone a picture of Superman, I promise you they will have some idea of who he is. He is known the world over for being a hero, and because of that, he is no longer a strictly American icon. He is a human icon, a hero meant to represent all the people of the world. He fights for everyone, regardless of who you are or what you believe. Unfortunately, that basic human kindness, which has been taught by countless fictional and real icons throughout human history, has continued to fall on deaf ears. Sure, ask any decent historian and they'll tell you that shit has always been on fire, or just go and listen to Billy Joel's classic We Didn't Start the Fire, or Billy Bragg's poignant Waiting for the Great Leap Forward, or the ever-relevant Guns N' Roses Civil War. Actually, you know what? You get the idea. Human history is lined with destruction and stupidity, but that shouldn't ever get you down. Humanity has been around for quite a long time, but we've gotten just a little bit better. Oh, not by much, God no. But there's been some form of progress, and that's the hope that even some of the best of humanity seems to forget in horrific times. As long as the good fight is fought, things will get better. Not by much, but they will get better. Superman's origins are that same hope. Hope for a better future, demonstrated by punching Nazis and saving people. And we, as silly and angry little flesh bags living on this beautiful rock, need that. We need to be reminded that things will get better, as long as we put up the good fight. Superman is more human than most of us, and for those of you who've seen the film, you'll know that firsthand. He fails, he gets hurt, he has his bad days, and that's okay. He gets back up and he soldiers on. And that's the human spirit. To take a good smack to the face, take a minute, and stand back up, proud to continue on. Strength is not derived from the fact you got knocked down. It is derived from the fact that you got back up. And Superman, without fail, gets back up. Comparisons and internet infighting have invited this toxic mindset that one actor has played the Man of Steel better than the others. It's all just petty bickering, and quite frankly, it's tone deaf. Each different version, written by different people with different artistic values, tells its own important story with an equally different and important Kal-El. Whoever played him isn't relevant. With Supes, it should never be about the actor or the writer and your petty reasons for disliking them. It's about what Superman symbolizes, what he stands for, why he wears that crest on his chest. I'm not saying criticism shouldn't be had. There is always a place for valid and well-articulated criticism. But this super woke idiocy, the Snyder bots complaining about who knows what, it's pure nonsense. It's not even close to actual criticism. And for those of you who keep spouting this crap, please continue to make fools of yourselves. I get to watch a clown show for free, and you make the film more enticing for others to go and watch. Now, more than ever, regardless of who portrayed him, Superman needed to hit the silver screen because he is hope manifest. In 1938, he was created by two Jewish kids from Cleveland, Ohio, to combat anti-Semitic and fascist sentiments from Nazi Germany. In 1978, Christopher Reeve's Superman was realized at a time when America was struggling. The Cold War in Vietnam loomed in the minds of Americans, and Nixon proved he wasn't a very good plumber. In 2013, Cavill took up the House of L's mantle at a time when the housing market was recovering, and immigration and refugees were a hot-button issue. And now, David Cornsweet has become the next actor to play the Last Son of Krypton. At a time when the world is still on fire, fascism and genocide are still somehow an issue, the US president is making a fool of himself, and immigration and refugees continue to be a hot-button topic. And all of what I just listed are just Superman's origin in Action Comics and his major films. Superman, throughout history, has come at a time when America needed him most, and now he comes at a time when, more than ever, the world needs him most. Superman is no longer an American icon of hope, but he has become something better, something greater, a global icon of hope. Superman is an agent of undying optimism, a vessel for writers to show us that we have the power to do good, to fight for the truth when the media and our leaders lie straight to our faces, to fight for justice when hatred and bigotry become a disgusting status quo and not an antiquated exception, to fight for a better tomorrow when today seems bleak and yesterday was just a little worse. I mean, hell, Supes became a part of a massive trend where David Bowie's immaculate Starman was played over videos of people doing the right thing, drawing parallels between the hero and everyday people. And frankly, that, above everything else I've said in this video already, is what it means to be Superman. To be punk rock, to be kind, to be human. And we should all strive to be just a little more like that, like Superman.